Sure. Now, I think we've all experienced it. Power cuts that last about up to 6 hours. Occasionally, it's not an entire power cut. Your sockets stop working while your lights stay on, or vice versa. Or you go to the kitchen and you can't switch on your microwave oven, but your fridge is working. We've all experienced it at one point or the other. But what's the reason? Is this part of a bigger problem? Can it be a fault that is so widespread that we've all had the opportunity to experience it? What's going on? Let's find out from Ben Boache, Executive Director of the Africa Center for Energy Policy. Ben, good morning to you.
Good morning, Christian.
Thanks for your time. I guess we just want to know what's the situation with the power sector and why we're having these erratic power supply issues in our homes.
This situation we've been talking about it for some time. And the power sector is not as robust as we need to have it, and therefore we keep having these kinds of challenges. But currently we have some deficit in generation, which is not as significant as it was a couple of months back. We now have about 150 megawatts of load to share, and sometimes because they don't want to tell you, they don't want you to know, they move it around quickly. So you're not going to have a full-blown 12-hour or 24-hour, load shed. So they move it around to at least give everybody some comfort. So that's the primary one. And sometimes also, because they are not doing what they have to do, the system gets overloaded. If it's very minimal, say 50, 60 megawatts, they tend to spread it around and the system get overloaded. So you see low voltages in some communities. But I must also say that some of these low voltages may not be as a result of the deficit. It could be a localized problem where maybe a transformer is overloaded because demand has gone higher than what a local transformer can actually get. But the reality is that the system also has deficits that has to be managed. And the way it's been managed from our tracking is that they're moving it around quickly and creating, an impression that we have enough, but it's virtually not enough.
And the effect of that are these brownouts and current fluctuations that we've all been experiencing.
Yeah, the deficit. If the load is not enough, they have to shed, and usually it has to be done at the GRICO level. And if GRICO is not doing it, then you have the demand being higher than the generation capacity, and that's where you have some of these low voltages in some areas occurring. So sometimes we are operating at the minimum tolerable frequencies, which is not ideal, because once you operate in those circumstances, you risk even having a complete shutdown of the grid infrastructure in some instances. But that is how it's been managed.